the first professor of childhood medicine. A very reserved man, except with children. He loved children, particularly little girls with long hair, but he generally couldn't stand their mothers. And he was the paediatrician for the present Queen, and he clearly did a pretty good job there. And he wrote poetry, and it was very sentimental poetry, I think. It was very much idealising of children. For my garden is the garden of children, there its heaven-sent flowers. Rather sticky to our taste. But perhaps because of this view of childhood that he had, then he was describing, in the Goulstonian lectures, the College of Physicians, not very far from here, he was describing what he called disorders of moral control, an abnormal defect of moral control in children. And he's saying that while there may be an abstruse problem for the psychologist, and I think he means the Freudians at this point to puzzle over, what he's doing is that he's setting up a different view and setting it up as a constitution and a problem of the brain. He wasn't, in fact, very influential. I think he was rediscovered in the 1970s when psychiatrists who were taking a very biological view of children's problems wanted to legitimize it and go back to a sort of a great original foundation. And I think I know that because nearly all the references that I can find to other people citing him in the 1970s, though he was writing in 1900, and because most of them misspell the lecture. And the first person to describe it refers to the Goulstonian lectures as Coulstonian lectures, and everyone else has done the same. So I think it's an illustration of how historians and professions were seeking after a kind of validation of an extreme biological view. And he described children with poor attention, poor control, and the emphasis was on constitutional deficit. They had little inhibitory volition.